So I'm going to defend Denzel Washington a bit. As Screen Rant says, Denzel Washington responds to Gladiator 2 accent criticisms. Now, here's the thing. Denzel is an actor in his late 60s. And it doesn't matter if it's Denzel, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Dustin Hoffman, hell, Tom Cruise. You get to a point in your life as an actor where you just don't want to put the work in of doing these accents. Now, when you're a younger actor, you're trying to prove yourself, you go all in. You got a dialect coach. You listen to tapes, CDs, you're watching videos, like you're doing everything you can to get that accent. If you're playing someone from another country or another time period. But then you get to a point where you just don't want to put that work in anymore. You just kind of get into like, I just want to put in a great performance. Yeah, the idea of trying to do an accent is great, but the performance is more important. And I think when it comes to Gladiator 2, it comes down to, okay, Denzel is using his own voice, but is his performance going to be great? Now, I don't know. I haven't seen the film yet, but Denzel has been on a crazy streak as of later in his career. That's unparalleled. Like, name me a bad Denzel Washington movie of the past 15 years or even 20 years. Like, if we go back from Training Day, because he took a little bit of time off a little bit after that, but after like Man on Fire, those films. But if you look at his films of the past 20 years, name me a bad Denzel movie. It's kind of interesting. Like, when you go back to the days when he was doing accents, when he did like The Mighty Quinn, when he had a Jamaican accent. I think it was Cry Freedom that he was in, when he had an African accent. I think people kind of criticized him for his dialect in these films because he's not Jamaican and he's not African. He was doing the best he could. And maybe those criticisms kind of stung him and he said, wow. Because even the greatest actors aren't great at everything. Like, some actors are not good in comedies. You could have the greatest dramatic actor and he or she might not be good in comedies, right? Usually are pretty good, but usually they're not. But in his case, as great as Denzel is, his kryptonite might be accents. So instead of just trying to work on an African accent for the character and it comes off not great, which takes away from his performance, I think Denzel just said, you know what? I'll sacrifice the accent for a great performance. And to me, that's what it comes down to. Is Denzel going to have a great performance or not? Because we've all watched films where we hear someone doing an accent and the accent is in and out, or it goes from an English accent to an Aussie accent. Like, even with Russell Crowe in the original Gladiator, like he basically was Russell Crowe. Like, he used his voice, So I think people are just trying to pick this film apart before it even comes out. But what do you think? Would you be upset if you go see this and you hear Denzel's not do an accent? Or what would you rather have? Would you rather have Denzel do a bad accent and it spoils the film for you? Or would you just have him just do his regular voice and give one of his greatest performances of his lifetime? Tell me what you think.